Hello there, and welcome back to Blue Harvest Vintage Toys. And this is my ongoing series on which I look at each and every one of the vintage Star Wars figures. And today we're going to be looking at a fan favourite, R2D2. This is the solid dome version, and I'm just going to talk about this version today. The other two versions, or three, if you want to include the Droids line, which financially that might not happen, but who knows, when we get through the initial 96 that I may have one of those by then. So as I said, this is the solid dome version, which first came out in the early bird kit. Now, we've talked about the early bird kit before, but I'll just go through it for anybody who's just starting watching these videos. Lucasfilm went to Kenner to make some toys for their film Star Wars, which came out in May 1977. Now, it takes around 12 months to make a figure, and it still does, amazingly. So Kenner weren't ready to bring toys out for the movie, and they didn't even have them out for Christmas of 1977. So what you got instead was a cardboard certificate to say that you would get 4 figures in the coming months. They usually came, it was either between 2 or 4 months after Christmas that these figures actually started arriving at people's houses. And if you still have one of those boxes or the figures, you're very, very lucky. Now, the 4 figures included a Luke Skywalker, which sometimes came with a double telescope and a lightsaber. Again, we've talked about that before. A Princess Leia, a Chewbacca, which I think I'll do next time, and this R2D2. Now, if you find a job lot of figures and you're looking through them, how do you realise if it is an early bird version of the figures? Now, I did this at the auctions I worked at. Now, unfortunately, the lot had already been listed, but I just had to look at them, and there was just a little tub of figures, and on top of it was this R2D2. I checked to see if there was a Luke, a Leia, and a Chewbacca, and there was amongst other figures, and I said, these are early bird. I was asked how I knew. And the simple fact of it is the R2D2 is a very deeper blue on the dome and on the sticker. It's a really big giveaway, but I checked the other figures. The Luke obviously wasn't double telescoping, and the Leia, there's no difference between the early bird and the produced Leia, but the Chewbacca has slightly different coloured limbs, and his bowcaster is like a translucent greeny colour, so it's lucky that his weapon was included too. So this R2 we see here is a normal production version of the R2D2, and as well as being in the early bird, it was obviously in the first 12 of initial release figures. He has a white plastic hollow body with a couple of plastic legs. Now, the legs are quite bendy, and sometimes you can find them quite bent out of shape. And with R2D2 being the baby Yoda of the day, he was a character that most people came out of the movie thinking about, and everybody wanted this figure. So it was well loved and well played with. So the sticker on it, although very well made, tends to wear off over time, but it is quite easy to find a minty version with a perfect sticker. Also, something to watch out for is the dome. Now, this was coloured by what they call vac metalizing, which Hasbro don't do anymore, although some companies still do, although it looks far better like that. Hasbro don't use it on environmental grounds. But as with the sticker, these domes were easily worn away. Sometimes you can find them with the pink plastic underneath, and all the chrome has been worn off. R2D2 has 3 points of articulation, obviously his 2 legs, and his dome, which goes round, all the way around, with a clicking sound, which is a pretty basic mechanism inside him, which consists of a little piece of clear plastic. It's the same basic mechanism they used in the Millennium Falcon to make that god-awful sound. Now, the only disappointing thing about this R2D2, especially when you got it when you were a kid, that you never got the third leg. and it never looked right to me. Yes, you could bend him forward as if he was moving, but the lack of that third leg and the two legs that he didn't have ankle joints meant that he was just standing in one place all the time. It's a really good job we had lots of imagination back then. Now, I did say I was only going to be talking about this version of the R2D2, but talking about the third leg, we did get a third leg in the R2D2 droid from the Droid Factory, and also we got the Takara wind-up version, which is very sought after these days, and apparently it was George Lucas's favourite toy. So going on to the packaging for this R2D2, obviously you got the early bird, then you got the Star Wars card, and you got a limited run of Empire Strikes Back card until he turned into a periscoping R2D2. And you could also get him in the Android 3-pack, which comes with C-3PO, and rather surprisingly for an Android pack, Chewbacca. Thinking back to my younger days, I don't think I ever got this solid dome R2. I got the periscope one first, and then I probably went back and got it later on. And I don't think I ever saw it on cards. There was quite a few that I didn't see on cards. I never saw the Ben Kenobi until I found the Meccano one in France. I never saw the Princess Leia either, I don't think. But since I've been recollecting, even though R2D2 is not my favourite figure, he's not even my favourite R2. To be honest with you, the pop-up lightsaber is my favourite R2. He is always one of the first to try and collect, because it's quite easy to find, and it's no accessories. To find a nice, loose R2D2, you're looking around about £20. And to find him on a Star Wars card, a 12A, B, C, D, or a 21C, you're looking about £400. And on an Empire Strikes Back 21G or a 41D, around about the same, maybe a little bit more, about £420, £430. He is also available on a Lily Ledy Return of the Jedi 12A card, but good luck with that. You're going to be talking about £4,000 for one of those if you can find one. So hope you enjoyed that little look on the little droid, and you will like and subscribe this channel to keep up with all the figures I'm going to be showing. I'm going to be trying to do them in order, but if there's any figures that you would like me to talk about, all you need to do is let me know. Please comment below what is your favourite figure, especially in the first 12, because I really want to do the first 12 first. So until the next figure, may the toys be with you.